guys, hey, how's it going? Troy, ATXRC Addicts here. Got myself a new little toy. Funny enough, we were just chatting in a multi-rotor chat today that a couple of guys and I kind of go back and forth on Facebook with some messaging. One of them was talking about a Latrax alias. I've been wanting to grab another micro ever since I got rid of the other micros to get Ike, the TBS Discovery. So anyways, long story short, I had a gift card I got over the holidays. Stopped in real quick, popped in. I've been eyeballing this one, especially because of the FPV on it. It's not an FPV real-time transmitting camera. It is just a standard recorder / video taker. Anyways, we'll get into the uses of this thing in a little while. Real quick, I got an extra battery while I was there. It was $9. Just another little Dromida pack, 3.7 volts, so it's one cell, 390 milliamp hours, 25C at 1.5 WH. Never seen that. I'm not sure exactly. Wattage hour? Yeah, watt hour. There you go. 1.5 watt hours. Not sure why they have that on there. Anyways, $9 extra battery. Gotta have one because, you know, any of these little nanos and stuff, you fly them around for 5 minutes and they're dead. So, real quick at the box, I did not pay full price for this. I did get it from Rob Me Town or Hobby Town, whatever you want to call it. The Hobby Town's not horrible, but they definitely mark their stuff up. This same unit I think can be had for $10 cheaper online. And I could have also used a gift certificate from Tower Hobbies for 12 bucks probably. But instead, I used that to get a third battery. So I got a third battery on the way coming from Tower. It's $9 plus $3 shipping. It turned out to be exactly what my free gift card was that they gave me for eCash. Tower's great for that. Anyways, back to this. $59.99 at Hobby Town. Used a $5 gift card or $5 certificate that they give you for rewards. On this one, so I paid $55, $5 out of pocket on a gift card that I had for 50 bucks. What is it? It is a small nano size or micro size, I guess, which there's no real specific standard size for micros. They go all the way from those little protos that are what, like an inch, just over an inch diameter, to some of these smaller micros like this one and the Nano QX from Blade. Typically about, I don't know, 4 to 5 inches across. Anyways, Kodo, blah, 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 says it can, film and while you fly. So it also on there tells you that it's a 2.4 gigahertz radio. That's great. It can auto flip. Pretty cool. All the batteries are included. It comes with one pack, and it comes with the batteries for the AA's for the radio. It's ready to fly. Stable flight, which is, I guess, their version of kind of like Blade has the stability control stuff. And it says it's tough. Pretty cool. Built tough for high performance fun. Easy to fly indoors or out, which is interesting, even though I don't know that I would take it outside much. Shoots crisp photos and videos. If you look on the back, it will... the side. It actually tells you, shoots sharp, clear photos and videos in 1280 by 960 JPEG or 720 by 480 AVI file. It's pretty cool. So 720 and 1280 by 960 on JPEG. All the same stuff, ready to fly, gyro stabilization, blah, blah, blah. Back, real quick, tells you exactly what you get. Prop guards, the quad itself, I guess it comes with extra blades. Micro card reader and a micro card apparently. So when you take the pictures, you don't have to provide your own. That's actually a plus. I mean, that's 20 bucks technically, maybe 15 on a cheapy one, with the reader at least. Dromida battery, Dromida charger, and the Dromida Q105 2.4 gig. Anyways, so you get it. Let me position this. I'm using my iMac to shoot this video, guys. Sorry, first time using it. So you open it up, and as usual of every RC pretty much, especially quads, you get your please stop, read this before flying. So let's go over this, right? Preparing to fly. It's important, let's see. It's important and imperative that the Kodo be flat on a table and level when the battery is plugged in. Do not move the Kodo until the LEDs stop flashing. So anybody with any quad knows that that's pretty much goes for everything, especially the larger quads. You got to let them get locked in, guys. You got to let the ESCs get armed. The gyro to stabilize, it needs a few seconds before it'll actually stabilize and stop bouncing around, if not closer to a minute or two. Important, use low sensitivity setting for your flight, for first flight. That's also important. Sensitivity adjustment, push down on the stick, change the sensitivity of the controls. It'll beep once for default, which is the lowest, twice for moderate, and 3 times for max. Okay. Arm your motor by moving the throttle slowly up until you hear the beep. Okay, good to know. Advance the throttle slowly. So that's basically like propping up to get your RPMs up. Just, spinning it up just to let it sit there for a second, speed up or warm up the motors and such. Advance the throttle slowly until the Kodo lift off. Okay. The throttle is very reactive. Make small movements until you get used to the control. And then it just shows you how to do the prop guards. So yeah, that's the Get Start Guide. Cool. Get Quick Start Guide. This is apparently a little more detail as far as kind of telling you exactly how to operate a radio, where the batteries go. This is pretty cool. It shows you the radio, and that the radio has buttons to take a photo and to change to, or to start recording video. That's pretty cool. Anyways, all right, there's that. All right, sorry about that, guys. So here we go. Open it up, and hopefully you can see that. Radio, the SD card reader, batteries for said radio, and the Kodo itself. It's got this plastic cover on it, so I probably should have taken that off and maybe would have seen it sooner. There you go. Let's take the Kodo out first. We're just going to set it down. Take the radio out. Take battery charger, SD card, reader, like I said, batteries. And it has this little piece of paper. It says extra parts are under the tray. So let's open it up. Ah, there we go. Spare props. Good to have. That's all that's in. All right. We're going to put all this in there. Pretty much, I'm pretty confident that I can figure out the last little bits of how to make sure this thing takes off. So, Dromida Kodo. All right. Here we go. The only thing I have done, just so you guys know. Okay, so of course I'm gonna have to pause it real quick. There is a screw that holds the battery plate in, of course. So let me go get a screwdriver. I'll open it up, drop some batteries in it. While I got you here, little USB battery charger, pretty cool. It's pretty standard on a lot of micros and minis. It's just plugged into any USB port pretty much anywhere, and plugs up to the battery, which, all right, there it is, already installed. And I actually already knew it was already installed because I charged it on my way home today. I picked it up, I pulled everything out real quick, I stuck it into my car phone charger, and by the time I got home it was charged. The other battery's already charged too, so we'll get some stuff going, we'll fly around. Like I said, things charged up. So we've got it, we've got the radio, we got that. We have the SD card. We got to figure out where it goes. Also, the prop guards are already installed. So it's got prop guards. It's pretty cool. I know these things, when you bang up against walls and stuff, it's nice to have prop guards. Keep these things from snapping. Besides that, it's got a nice little hard shell. It's, ABS or something. It's got a nice little lower also cage. It's pretty cool. The battery is already installed when you get it, but it's just like that. It just slides right in. Still looking to see where I'm going to drop this SD card in. I'll figure it out in a second. Oh, there it is right there on the back slide underneath the battery. The camera, you can see the camera's right there. It's a little itty bitty pinhole camera. But yeah, besides that, it looks pretty cool. The only other feature or significance that I find about it that's interesting is any of the guys out there with larger quads, especially the 250 class, you will notice that this frame is actually a PDB, oh my gosh, power distribution board, PDB, power distribution board. It's interesting. You can actually see all the solders. I don't know if you can see them, of the motors. The top sides, you could technically, which I'm thinking I might do, maybe pull power off of these tabs at the top and run some LEDs to the feet. Just, I don't know, I have some 3mm ones. I think I might do that down the road. Just get a little more light out of it, just so if I want to fly in the dark in my house even, I can. Besides that, it actually is supposed to have 2 LEDs already for eyes, kind of. It shows them on the box. Yeah, that's about it. It's pretty cool. I'd say it feels durable. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm concerned about a PDB board, only in the sense of if I were to snap an arm, the entire PDP board would have to be resoldered and put back on. That might be not problematic for me necessarily, but probably going to be problematic for the user that typically uses these things, which 80% of these users I think are new to small or large quads. Anyways, they also probably fly them. They burn a battery up and can't figure it out, and they just junk them. So whatever. Anyways, pretty cool little thing. I'm going to drop the SD card in, and it is a 2 gigabit micro SD. It doesn't show any specs. I can't imagine it's got to be only a class 1. So I'll probably drop a class 10 in it just to see if there's any difference down the road. It will only apparently slide in one way, just like SD cards do. All right. And we are in. All right, so I have an SD card in it. It's ready to go right there. So just like all RCs, guys, power on the radio. It's blinking at me. I don't really know what that means, but I'm going to double check all the trims. They're set. And the way I'm doing that is I'm pushing one direction then the other and listening for that long tone, which means it's centered. Most radios that have beeps do that. So apparently this is ready to go. It's in mode 2, which I think is the mode I want. We will soon find out. Mode 1 and mode 2 basically just changes where the thumbstick is going to be. Or I mean the thrust stick. It's basically kind of like a left-hand, right-hand thing almost, but anyways, kind of not. All right, there we go. It is powering up. Okay, I get no beeps or anything, so I'll tell you what, we are gonna quickly, I'm gonna snap a picture. I don't know, it's gonna be of the ground probably. All right, here we go. We are gonna shoot some video as we take off and see where this goes. All right, that gave me nothing. Whoa. Okay, well, it just hopped forward for some reason. It's going to list forward. Okay, so, all right, guys, so read your instructions, bottom line. The Kodo apparently has a pretty cool feature that at first I was a little like, hey, I don't know why they did this, but now it makes a lot more sense. So, real quick, to take a little of the skill out of this and having to read your instructions, the Kodo radio automatically goes into bind mode. When you turn it on, you'll see the blinking light. It's in bind mode. Once you power this on and it binds to it, if you power either one off, you have to power them both off in order to rebind. Need to know that because I was trying to do it earlier and it wouldn't work. The other thing is as you saw earlier, it was not flying right, because I didn't pay attention and didn't read the directions. Thankfully, I was being a little safe and I know what was going on. The ESCs apparently have to be semi-calibrated every time. So when I cut it on, you're going to notice that I'm going to plug it in. It's going to beep 2 times. The lights will flash, then they'll stop. At that point, it says to throttle up to the half position until it'll beep, and then to throttle down until you hear another beep. Then it says to check the lights. Everything's good to go. You can go. Apparently what this does is it actually calibrates the ESCs or the throttle stick. So it's still binding. Heard it beep twice. It's flashing. It's actually flashing in the front. Now it's done. So now we're going to do this throttle calibration. So we're going to go up. So beeps. All right. It was about 3/4 of the way, just so you know. And now it says it's ready to go. Lights are not flashing anymore. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to take a quick pic of the camera. There we go. And then to record, press the video button apparently. And now I'm going to see if I can get this thing to fly. All right, so it drifted. Huh. All right, it's wanting to fly after me. So I have a feeling that the reason it's doing this is this table is definitely not level. Just goes to show you that a level table, just like it says in the instructions, is very important. So what we're going to do sounds silly, but I'm going to actually grab a quick little book and I'm going to level it out. We're going to set it down and we're going to see if that does the trick. All right, so you'll see I've got a book here that I've leveled out with a piece of paper after checking the level on it. What we're going to do, try this one more time. This time I'm going to also plug it in. It could have just been the fact that how long I held it after I plugged it in. I'm going to try leaving it flat. It's always difficult to plug these things in flat though. There we go. All right, so she armed. I actually did it really quickly, so do up on the stick. That time it went just about to the halfway point. All right. So here we go. Let's see. All right. She flew. I haven't flown this one or a Mini in a while, but she flew a little better that time. Oh no, it's weird. So these things kind of move a little bit and all of a sudden, it's not sitting level. We'll see. I've not flown anything like this in a while. Only big one, man. There we go. So, took it out, flew it around a little bit, took some video, took some pictures. You'll actually see it is flashing all over the place. Battery's dead. But I just want to show you, I can fly it now. That being said, real quick review of the controls. This radio sucks. Honestly, this is the worst part of the thing, or the whole package. I didn't know how I'd feel about it, but yeah, the sticks, I mean, they're worse than like a cheap Xbox One Mad Catz version of a controller. I mean, they really are. Like the sticks are hard. The size of this is just difficult to really get your fingers like positioned in a good position to like feel like to work in conjunction with each other, which a good pilot does. It is drifting all over the place too. I don't know 100% as far as if that's an issue with something as far as setup or I don't know. Like it seems, I'll be honest, this PDP board, it seems a little bent and I don't know if I wrecked it. I mean, it just seemed to drift off the jump. So anyways, I'm gonna play with it a little bit. As far as the durability of this thing, I already beat it up harder than I have my Nano as far as like, I mean, it went full tilt into the ceiling and fell to the ground. The Nano banged around a lot. Like I banged walls. I think I hit a ceiling fan or two. And it never broke. This hasn't broke either, obviously, but I will say that I did feel like the Nano, if I would have like dusted it into the ceiling at full blast, it would have just shattered. This also is much more powerful and faster than the Nano as far as, in my opinion, as far as zipping around. It just seemed, I think the Nano is faster because it's more agile and smaller and lighter, but the power behind this seems to be much bigger. The motors definitely are larger, so, and it weighs more, so it has to be more powerful. Anyways, so that's it. I like it. We'll play with it some more. Honestly, the worst part about flying right here is my orientation is just thrown off. Anyways, there she goes. I promise it's easier to fly than that, but this does not make it very easy. As far as little adjustments are difficult to make. I don't even know if there's any other option than using this, but to keep that, I'm going to have to try to find another option, but who knows if it's even possible. We'll see. I'd be interested to find out if anybody has a Dromida and one of these, or I mean an Ominous and one of these, if you can bind this to an Ominous remote, but maybe not have the capability of recording, but we'll see. One last time, let's take a snap pic of something. All right. Whoa. That's dangerous. Don't do that. Troy from ATXRC Addicts. We're out of here, guys. Hope you enjoyed the little review. I'll post up some pics and vids of the actual quad, from the actual quad. Take it easy. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Get a car, get a basher, get a crawler, get a flyer, fly, bash, crawl. Do whatever you do, man. Just have a happy New Year is the biggest thing. Love your family and have fun, guys.